every single day, she was yelling and screaming how she should have killed me. She would have shot me. I had friends calling me because she kept on going online and live streaming how she should have hurt me.
No, I am not. You can ask the
Okay, pause. This is already tense. A protective order, alleged live stream threats, and now a child with a taser. You can feel the emotional chaos spilling into the courtroom, but here's a question. How much of what happens online, live streams, posts should be treated as evidence in court? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Judge, you could get active and come to the neighborhood. I've been staying here. They saying that me and my kids, now she's going around saying my 9-year-old daughter with a taser. They brought the taser to the fight, and then my 9-year-old daughter
Yeah,
picked
well,
it
the
up.
taser's not part of this PPO,
I
so
know,
I'm
but
gonna leave that thing
but it
alone.
was led up to, is what leading up to this.
Miss Campbell's request to terminate the personal protective order that I granted in favor of Miss Gay back on June 14th of 2025.
This is a big deal. The judge just admitted he's behind schedule, which means less time for testimony. That might not seem like much, but in court time equals fairness. When things are rushed, details can get lost. And in a case, this messy details are everything.
We do have to tell you, both ladies, and apologize in advance. I have gotten us behind just through my fault and my failure to move these cases as fast as I'm supposed to move them this afternoon. I'm a little bit short on time. I don't have time to take extensive testimony on it. I think what I'd like to do is let me see here. Yeah, I'm already 2 hearings behind, unfortunately. Okay, so we're just going to have to keep it quite short. And I guess the way I'll do it is I'll swear in Miss Gay, take her testimony as to the basis for the PPO. I will hear in a response from Miss Campbell why I should terminate the PPO, and then I can make a ruling. So, Miss Gay, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very good. And to support this protective order, you stated that there were a couple of incidents here, one of them being Ms. Campbell throwing eggs at your house. Tell me what happened on that occasion.
After the incident happened, after the altercation with, her and everybody else on the Hall Street,
Yes.
they threw eggs at my home.
Was
And
it
then
during that same big brouhaha on the blow up, or was it later that day or in the evening? When did it happen?
later, and
Right.
then
And who are the egg throwers that you saw?
Renee and her daughter.
And you saw them actually throw eggs at your house?
Yes, because the next day she was on the neighbor's porch, just keep yelling, then throw eggs. I have cameras all around my home, all around it. And I have my cameras, if you come anywhere towards my perimeter of my property, it captures you. It was her and her daughter. They were throwing eggs. And then the next day she was on the neighbor's on their porch, just constantly yelling at my house. I've never had a conversation with her yelling.
Whoa, that escalated fast when threats like these are captured on camera and corroborated by friends. They become powerful evidence. But here's what's key. Even with video proof, courts still need to verify intent. Was it just venting or a legitimate threat? That gray area is where things get tricky.
She was yelling and screaming how she should have killed me. She would have shot me. I had friends calling me because she kept on going online and live streaming how she should have hurt me if I didn't have cameras at my house. And I did submit those. And I was also on the phone with the police on one of the incidents when she was yelling and screaming how she was going to kill me. And I also have a video of her personally, as well as someone sent me one when they was calling me out of concern because of her threats to harm me.
Okay, and my next question, you said you submitted the films, you submitted them to the police department when they
Yes,
were
I did.
reported?
The lives that people were sending me, as soon as they sent them to me, with her ranting and raving about how she was going to kill me, I went right downtown to the police department and I sent it to them. That of her telling me she's going to threaten me. I got one actually with her video, and I have her ranting in the backyard, just yelling and screaming and scaring my grandkids, telling them that how she's going to hurt me. And just went on and on. And I have witnesses, guests over, like, oh my God, you have to listen to that. I'm like, yes. She keeps
Okay.
threatening
Well,
me.
let me see what Ms. Campbell has to say about it. Ms. Campbell, would you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Very good. Ms. Campbell, you
Oh.
say in your response here, you think there should be a termination. It does say you're off probation. What were you on probation for?
I was on probation for the incident with her daughter and stuff. And ever since I've been off probation, she's been harassing me and my I have an 18-year-old
Miss Campbell is now
daughter.
flipping the
And
narrative,
so she
saying
has a
she's the
daughter
one
that's
being
my
harassed.
age or
Classic
whatever.
courtroom
And stuff.
reversal.
So
Notice how both sides claim to have proof. This is where the credibility battle begins. Who sounds more consistent? Whose timeline adds up? Let's see how the judge handles it.
basically, ever since that incident, she's now that her daughter, so she basically got her daughter, her grandkids, and like her nieces and them making up stuff. I never once threw eggs at her house. I never said nothing to her. They came to my house, her and her daughter and her grandkids. I
Yeah,
never
you gotta let her testify, Miss Kay, and then I'll give you a chance to respond.
I never now since she came to my house, that was May 31st. I have two incidents from this year. May 31st, which I put in the reports, in February 9th, which was the Super Bowl weekend. She has cameras. I've been living over here for 3 years. I never she has Ring cameras and everything. I never uh said nothing before then, and I've never said nothing after. She's just trying to prolong it because now that she wants to get in the mess with her daughter and her grandkids. Now she's trying to say this and that or whatever and stuff. And that was she made the PPO. What June? May, my daughter's birthday was May 25th, so it was sometime after like then in June or something when she's reports. I never threw eggs at her house or whatever, and I would never tell my 18-year-old daughter to throw eggs at her house. She she said she's never the police. If I threw eggs at her house, why didn't she call the police? She came over here with a mob of people, her whole generation and stuff. It's only me and my daughter and my 9-year-old daughter. You look, I have a 9-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old. And today my daughter turned 19, so they're 10 years apart. Not true. I never said yeah. I left in the ambulance. They assaulted me, her and her kids. She has the background. You can look on the camera. She drove her car over to my house. I never once went over to her house. She
Well,
came
that
over
you're
to
talking about the big fight that happened in the street on Zeno Street
it didn't have it happened on Hall Street, not
or
Zeno.
Hall Street? Okay.
Yes, she came over. Her family came over to
Yeah,
my
I
house.
don't want to reissue the fight because she's saying, well, since that fight, this
Nothing never
thing
happened.
escalated.
Since after that, yes, they've been calling the city. They've been calling, making now she's trying to do a PP, fear in her life or whatever. Lady, I've been staying here for 3 years. I never, come on now. I never said nothing to her. I never, some eggs.
You're not at her from the back porch where she can hear it from her
No,
house.
I am not. You can ask the judge. You can get active and come to the neighborhood. I've been staying here. They saying that me and my kids. Now she's going around saying my 9-year-old daughter with a taser. They brought the taser to the fight, and then my 9-year-old daughter
Yeah,
picked it
well, the
up.
taser's not part of this
I
PPO, so
know,
I'm gonna
but this
leave
is
that thing
but it
alone.
was led
Yeah,
to this
I did
mess
it.
or whatever and stuff.
Well, to Miss Gay, and I asked her about that. Miss Gay, have you been making CPS calls about Miss Campbell's parenting?
I have never called CPS. Miss Campbell, Judge, I have proof of everything that I've submitted. I have proof of her. I have my ring camera is what her coming in the backyard yet threatening me. I also have her on Facebook. I have all of the recording. As far as her talking about, I came around and Miss Campbell don't understand and she doesn't
And
want to
there it
tell the
is. The
truth.
judge
When I
taps out
came
without
around
the
there, I
video
tried to
evidence.
ask them
He can't
not to
decide
have
who's
any
telling the truth. This
altercation.
is the courtroom equivalent of hitting pause on the drama. It also highlights how tech-like ring cameras and social media is becoming central to legal decisions.
And she keeps making up this stuff like nobody wants to harm her. I don't have no business like messing with her, and she doesn't have any messing with me. I'm not that type of person. She was found guilty for whatever reason with her and my daughter. I don't get in that stuff. I'm a whole grown person and an individual. I ask that you please keep this granted because ever since you've granted this PPO, the yelling has stopped. I have not been threatened. She has not been online posting things about me. So I ask you, please, for my safety, I don't need this unstableness because I can prove it to you. I don't have to keep making up. I got video of everything that I'm saying.
Okay, no, I think what I'm gonna have to do is I can't, you're both telling me really the opposite things. That, the other person's the instigator here. And in this format, without seeing the video evidence and things like that, I really
Yep.
don't feel like I can make a decision on the termination. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna adjourn this hearing to a future date. And my question to you then, Miss Gay, is to show me those videos. Would you be
Yes.
able to do it in a Zoom format like this, or are you gonna need to come to the
Yes. I
courtroom?
can I can I don't know how you do it on Zoom. I can even send it to you via email. I have
You send me the files via email?
Yes, I can. If you give me an email address, I'll send it to you right away, sir.
Okay, let's do it that way, and then I'll have a look
Yes.
at them, and I email them then to Miss Campbell so she can look at them, and then
Yes.
we'll have them ahead of the next hearing. Miss Campbell, did you have a question or something to say? You're muted, ma'am.
I have evidence too, sir, and I would like to present the evidence. Which she should have been presented the evidence. She been did this in
Interesting
June.
moment
So
here. The
why
judge
shouldn't
reminds
why
everyone that this is
presents
a
the
civil
evidence?
case, not a
Basically,
Well, she
criminal
said
trial.
that the
That
police
means
coaching
different
her.
rules apply, and it's not the court's job to dig through CPS records. A good reminder that what seems relevant emotionally isn't always admissible legally.
Report, but
Basically,
I
her
can't get
daughter.
it. I can't look at it. If she submitted to the police download, they do have an evidence.com site, but it's not something that I can easily access. Uh, it's just for her to submit it directly. Because really it's a separate case. This is a civil case. It's got nothing to do with criminal activity, although I know the underlying things that do involve some police reports. Ms. Campbell, what sort of evidence do you have that you would like to submit?
The police report from that day that she said with the eggs throwing. I have that evidence, and I also have the evidence when she came to my house with her and her daughters, and I also have evidence. She said like the stuff about with her daughter that have nothing to do. That's why she's
Yeah, it's a separate case. I get it. I'm not
and she
considering
keep
that.
it's nothing. I don't have now she brought the Martha, and then two you judge, you can go to CPS. You can go to
Well, you
CPS and
might think
see.
that a lot of people think it's that easy, but the truth is I don't really have much better access to CPS and records of that sort than any other person does. I'd have to obtain releases and all that stuff. And the truth is, in the context of a
Well,
search
I
and
have the
protective
proof.
order, we don't typically do it that way.
Well, I have the allegations and the reports and stuff, and the stuff that her is saying too, because basically her daughter is coaching her.
Okay, well, I mean, if it's to her and you think I should read it during the hearing or advance of the hearing, you
Okay,
can submit it to me. I'll take a look at it, and then I'll
okay,
try to make the best decision I can at the next hearing. And any documents or evidence that you want to submit, we can take scanned copies or photos by email, and we can also you can drop off any copies you have or discs or thumb drives can go to our PPO office, and they'll get them up to me. So I'll give you both those options, and Lisa has the job of pulling all that evidence together so I can look at it before the next hearing. Lisa, when's that next hearing date going to be? On Zoom, if we can manage this digital evidence.
Yep. September 25 at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
September 25 at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And you both need Lisa's email so that
I do. So I'll
Submit
send it
evidence.
over to her right now, Judge.
Okay.
Go ahead with the email, please.
Okay. Are we off the record, Judge?
Yes.
If please include on the email your case number,
Okay.
so we can reference that.
Hold on. Can I
I'm
confirm?
gonna
the
refill
case
my
number?
water, Lisa. I'll be right back.
Oh, the case number is up at the right. Is that case number 2505147 PH?
Yep. In my
Okay.
email, my Lisa, Lisa
Mm-hmm.
dot BAIRD at Kent County MI.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Kent County. Dot